Coming at you from the Steel City, you're listening to Poor Man's Podcast, Pittsburgh's premier comedy podcast. Your weekly dose of humor, hosted by Chris Hopper and with a new special guest each week. And here's your host, Chris Hopper. Woo! Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Poor Man's Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Along with me, as always, is the beautiful, is the wonderful, is Shaylee, baby. Shay, how are you this week?
Fantastic, Chris. Doing great.
And anybody watching the show, there's a nice little background for you. We got the marquee Poor Man's Podcast, man. So you have to watch it just for Shay's smile and the marquee, obviously. But also joining us this week, he's back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. We have producer Cheech. And there's the applause.
So
sound
happy
effects.
to be here.
We're so excited to have you here, Cheech. We are. And also joining us, we have a full boat tonight, man. We have the whole crew. We have Danny Kaufman. Danny, how are you this week?
Great, fantastic, happy to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here as always. And there is one more person. It feels like it's been going on, but it's a good show. We have a big show. And joining us as our guest in the first half, we have Dustin Dowling. Dustin, how are you, sir?
Good. What is up?
Not too much. We have a Talking Tech with Dustin Dowling, the double T with the double D segment, as everyone always loves. But we are here at 565 Speakeasy and Stage in Bellevue. Stop down for music on Friday and Saturday. Stop down for comedy, I think, every other Thursday now, which means I think there's a music open mic every other Thursday. So I guess stop down. There we go. Stop down for all that good stuff. Let's see what else we have. We have Kate Hamilton in the second half of the show, comedian, writer. I'm excited to talk to her. I've seen her at a couple open mics, and she's always very, very funny. So yeah, absolutely. We're excited to have her on. What else? Cheech, you know what? How about you hit the rundown? Ladies and gentlemen, the rundown. I don't have a sponsor this week. Cheech, who do you want it to be sponsored by?
Pepsi.
Sweet. Okay. All right. Hopefully Pepsi is cool with that.
I hope so.
Hopefully they get real cool
so
about a lot of stuff real fast.
I hope so too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking for your sponsorship
Pepsi.
over here,
Okay,
baby.
we'll go with Pepsi. Everybody loves that. This week we have Beer of the Week, as always. As I just said, we have Talking Tech with Dustin Dowling, second half with Kate Hamilton, and we will wrap it all up with the new news with Danny Kaufman.
So excited.
Now, let's see. What do we have? On the headlines, we have Ronnie Fleming next week. I'm excited to have him on. We love Ronnie. Ronnie was on before, I think in November. He was on with Eric Nesby. Speaking of Eric Nesby, we have Eric on our show, March 29th.
Next week.
That's right. Shay, I'm going to let you tell, or did I let you do it last time? Maybe I'll let Danny, whoever wants to do it. Okay, Danny can do it.
I mean, I did it last time, but I'll certainly do it again.
Yeah, I think it was more memorable, I remember.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's
I
my
agree.
spiel.
That was redundant.
Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Are you ready?
We're ready.
It is a great show. It is $5, a steal, honestly. We have Aaron Kleiber, Eric Nesby, a lot of Aarons, and Eric's errands.
Double A's, man. They all want to be at the front of the list.
Like,
This is the first
Wow.
time.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it's going to be a big
Shay,
steal.
let's
And then I fucked it up.
This is the first time in what Aaron Kleiber's life that his name wasn't the first in the row.
I know.
Like,
I know.
Double A.
Oh, no.
Finally foiled, man.
And Jeff Fieldhouse, who we found out may not have a mustache anymore, which
He does
I feel
not.
like
We don't appreciate it.
He does not,
rude.
which is
It's
disappointing.
What a
He
weenie.
was
He's going to just turn into Shane Giles. Or is that his name,
Yeah.
right? He looks just like him.
He, yeah. I don't know if we even want him on the show anymore, honestly. I gotta be
I
honest.
honestly thought we kicked
I
him
didn't want to
off
say it on the
point.
show because I
thought we
love
did.
Jeff, but like,
He's
the
kind of
mustache was kind of the headliner.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
you should do is just bring
Exactly.
on the mustache.
Maybe we'll get a billboard of just Jeff's mustache.
He has
Like how
to
they
draw
have
one
Share the
on.
Beard with Brett Kiesel. We'll have to do that with Jeff Fieldhouse's mustache. What else we have here? Best of the Berg. Vote for us for best podcast for
Absolutely.
best of the Berg. We won last year, so that'd be cool if we could take it again. That'd be
yeah.
super cool, man. Let's see what else. Rhythm and Brews. Rhythm and Brews is in August. We're going to be the podcast on Rhythm and Brews. Shay, we had a great time last year, right?
Oh, it was so much fun. Everybody was fantastic. Everyone that we had on was fantastic. It was a blast. And it was hot. And it was great.
Oh, it sounds
Tell you-
amazing.
I know.
We got to meet a bunch of cool brewery people,
Yes.
brewers, and what have you. I went to the Killers concert last night, and I found myself in some kind of club room. I don't know if I was supposed to be there, but I was there. And anyway, they had like Levity Brewing reps. And I went over and I was like, oh, yeah, I really like your beer. You had that Tang Glider the one time.
Oh, yeah.
I had, what was it? Haze Freely, I believe, was the one. It was a hazy IPA, but they were super, super good. And it was cool to see them there. I always love brewers and beer guys. They're always so cool, you know? So,
Yeah, we've never come across a bad one.
oh, absolutely. You know what? I think, I have a crow at the end of here. That's the last picture I have. Crow update. Not too much on my radar. I think the weather is kind of messing with them. The clock change, I think, has a big effect on the crows. You might not expect it, but yeah,
No.
absolutely. Well, maybe it's me actually. I guess
not-
it
it's
could be
not
me.
you. It's not
It could
you.
be that the hour change affected me more than the crows.
Ah.
Are you putting
He
food
makes
out
a
at
good
different
point.
times?
Well, obviously, I'm getting up an hour later, or an hour earlier, so I'm taking my kids to school an hour earlier, which means I'm getting back an hour earlier, which means they're
Yeah.
not around.
Yeah.
So
The crows are on
They'll
the
get
same
used to it.
schedule.
they are. I have to.
So
yeah.
you're just missing them by an hour.
Yeah. No, it's me.
Ah,
So yeah.
goddamn.
So
You
we
have
have
to
to.
adjust.
Yeah. We have to sync our schedules for sure. Fuck. But the reason I bring that up is because we were talking, or at least I was talking to somebody from the aviary. I was talking to them in January, and then I don't know what happened, but I was talking to somebody again from the aviary. We need to find out about these crows. And after watching Penguin
Yes.
Town, I have multiple questions about these South African
So many
penguins, man.
questions.
Yeah.
Please tell me
about the
they're coming.
divorce, about murder, about gangs and what have you.
Scandal.
Dustin, have you ever watched Penguin Town on Netflix?
Scandal.
What's that?
Penguin Town on Netflix.
Penguin Town.
Penguin Town.
And it's called that because they're almost living like a society. In a
Okay,
sense?
so they're in like South Africa. They come to this town in South
not
Africa.
in a sense, bro. Not in a sense.
Yeah.
They are. They are.
They come to this town in like South Africa, and they're like super cool with them. They like go in people's houses and stuff. But anyway, they like come there for their mating season, and they like settle down. Penguins are like, they're for the most part monogamous. Like they had these penguins who were together for like years and years, which brings up some drama later on with the divorce. But I don't want to I'll tease that right now. But yeah, no, they have them. They come in like once a year, and then I guess they nest and they have their kids, and they go down and they feed and stuff. And then I guess at the end of the season, I don't know if obviously they have to swim somewhere, which is insane if they're in South Africa. So I don't know where they'd even swim, but it's crazy just the life they have. There's literally penguin gangs that like fight people just to fight them because they're like upset at them. They like pick on these babies. There's a baby that gets killed. There's an egg that doesn't go. There's
surgery.
yeah, man. There's surgery. There's divorce.
Yeah.
There's murder.
Surgery.
So yeah.
How is this like portrayed? Is there like just one narrator? Is
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman just like
It's
talking
so
about
it's
penguin
more
murder?
lighthearted. It's like dramatic, kind of. Well, I mean, I guess the situation, like the little penguins are actually getting beat up by ornery other penguins, but it's Patton Oswalt does the narration, so it's kind of like
that sounds
goofy-ish,
appropriate to me.
but it's also like some situations. I mean, it's like nature. Like the one mom goes out and doesn't come back. So it's like fun. Oh, there you go. These are the Wheelbarrow family, and then Mrs. Wheelbarrow's never seen from again.
Is this
so?
gonna be
Yeah,
the new type of reality show? Because I've seen that or heard that about like dolphins and seals. Like dolphins will like play with dead animals for fun and murder each other, and I think maybe eat their babies. I'm not sure which one. I'm mixing them up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dolphins are like awful.
Yeah, they're like really
They're
mean.
so mean.
And it seems to be like how
Jeffrey
intelligent
Dolfer.
they are.
They're so cute and like
Lisa
you think
Frank
that they're
made them
sweet,
cute.
but they're like rapists and murderers.
yeah, they're
my
like
God.
they're rapists, they will rape.
like legit.
I didn't know they were rapey.
Yeah, they're super rapey.
I have.
Bad rapey,
That's
bro.
one thing. Like
Hella rapey.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I've absolutely heard stories about dolphin rapers.
Yeah.
Rapists, I guess.
Yeah.
Where I haven't heard that about most other animals. Never
Yeah.
heard about, Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's
That's a whole-
because
that's a whole
dolphins are
thing.
super smart, man. They're
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna do this even though I know it's wrong.
yeah, it
Yeah.
seems
Yeah.
like
Wild.
they understand what it is. That's why they're doing
Oh
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
they like
that's what it
this
is.
is
Yeah.
Like,
fun for them.
The smarter
Like,
you
haha,
are
fuck
as
you.
an animal, that's scary.
They're like
and
the
dangerous.
evil geniuses of the animal
yes,
kingdom then.
that's exactly correct.
Okay, good. I'm glad
Literally
we're on the same
devils,
page.
like-
It's exactly correct. Perfect.
Wow.
You know what?
Like-
Let's
like
you want
little orcas.
dude, orcas Orcas are crazy the way
That's
they
what
like
I'm
communicate
saying.
to murder.
Yeah, little
man.
orcas, man.
They're crazy.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
Yeah.
you ever played that video game
I
on
heard you starting to-
Nintendo? It was called Echo. It was a little dolphin that it used echo sounds. It's a very
Yeah.
old Nintendo game.
Echolocation, man.
Yeah, I know. Like I didn't know I was doing some kind of murder game, murder
wow.
role
Thinking
play.
Do you remember? Have you ever heard of the game? Fuck, what is it called?
Murdering at a young age.
Odell Down Under.
What is it?
No. never
Okay,
heard.
it was came out like 1995. It was like on a computer. But anyway, you're like this. You pick your little fish,
Okay.
and like this. So you pick your little fish, and you have to like avoid predators, and then try to eat things, and like you get bigger and bigger. But it came out for like I don't know, the third Windows that ever came out.
Oh,
And,
okay.
like yeah, it was like the first one with color.
Right.
But
right.
yeah,
you got to
no.
put a floppy disk in to get
Yeah,
this thing to
for
run.
sure. Yeah. But no, that was
Oh my
we're
God, I
we're
forgot
losing
about a
everybody
floppy
right now.
disk.
They're like, what are they talking about? What dimension is this?
yeah. No, I'm sure everybody. Yeah, I don't think this is probably a 30s and plus crowd listening. I don't have anyone.
Ew.
Yeah.
Honest.
Shay, you're getting. I mean, that's your.
Okay,
that's
grow
your.
up. Okay, cool.
I mean,
Great.
maybe a little bit older than you, right? Anyway,
Yes,
let's get to the
yes,
beers of the
by
week.
far he is.
Cheech, let's play the music and then we can talk about it.
I need a beer. I need a beer.
If you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend, and I'll say, I think I have myself a beer.
I need a beer. I need a beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, beer of the week is Shay. Tell everybody what the beer of the week is.
Absolutely, my pleasure. It's a roach.
Aurochs. That was good though. It is not a roach.
It's a rage.
It's a Roach Brewing Company.
I'm all down a roach. A roach college. North Hills. No, go on.
It's a hazy IPA. It's brewed with, what are we calling it? Malay.
I think it's a millet. I don't know.
Quinoa.
No way.
It says bold and juicy with dynamic fruit flavor and aroma. Hops, lots of them.
Shay, you know what? You know what that mystery millet word is? I feel like
Millet?
Kate's smarter than everyone here. Kate, do you know? Is it millet or millet? Millet. Oh, so Chris is right. Play the sound drop, man. Ask
not
Eric
ready for
Nesby.
that.
Ask Eric Nesby what he thinks about it.
This is right.
That's Shay.
Yeah,
That'll
I know,
work.
It
That'll
was,
work.
the, it was the
Shame, okay?
closest one. It was the
That'll work.
closest one.
While we're talking about it, I'll let you find the other one. No, I'm kidding. But yeah.
He's not kidding.
I'm
So
not fine
anyway,
with it.
this millet, I didn't know what it was, so I figured I should find out what it is. Apparently, it's known around the world as a cereal crop or grains for fodder for human food. Okay, it's a small seeded grass, and it's a mild corn-like taste, slightly sweeter than other grains. So
Is
what
that
you
like
get
a
from
little
the millet.
picture of it above it? Is that what it looks like?
no, it looks like a hop. Are hops gluten? I mean,
Oh,
it's
is
not
that-
wheat.
is that a
I mean,
hop?
I assume. Yeah, it looks like a hop to me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Not
Yeah.
glutinous.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So yeah, I would assume it's still a hop, but instead of the wheat that they put into it, they use the millet, as everybody knows, and the quinoa. So yeah, I guess that is kind of just the substitute for wheat in the beers. Cheech, do you remember you remember the whole system, right? And I know Dustin remembers our beer ranking system because he is one of the people. Dustin might have been on more than anybody now as a
What?
guest.
Really?
Now.
I have the
3? Yeah,
record?
I think you're 3 or 4 now, right?
This is my third, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you know the Guy Fieri flavor rank. Jesus Christ. I'm doing a disservice to Guy himself. Guy Fieri flavor Richter scale. Jesus.
That was hard. Today.
Now, starting at the bottom, the number 1 Michelin star, we have Gangster. Number 2, Out of Bounds. Moving up the ladder, we have Shut the Front Door. And the highest ranking a beer can get is Flavor Town. Now, Cheech,
Chris.
Aurochs Brewing, which is right down the road, right down 65,
Just down the
man.
street.
Right down the dog stop, man.
Daddy dog stop.
Yeah.
I know exactly
Up
what
the
you're
hill
talking
from the
about.
BP, man.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
Aurochs.
Bob.
It's a hazy IPA. What are we ranking it this week? 6.7%.
You should probably ask Shay.
Oh shit, you didn't drink it, did you?
I know.
Awesome.
I was like, why are you
Sweet.
talking to me this whole time?
Cheech, what do you rank your Pepsi,
my,
man?
my Pepsi though,
Sweet.
the Nitro Pepsi
Yeah.
vanilla draft. We're gonna go.
Shut the
we're
front
gonna
door
go Shut
on
the
Nitro
Front Door.
Pepsi,
Yeah,
man.
It's just kind
Is
of like
that
it
it?
just kind of seems like it's a little flat.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
Yeah.
That's your
But it's
sponsor.
not bad.
then, so
Yeah.
don't throw them under the
No,
bus.
it's still really good though.
Appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, good.
it goes.
All right, Shay, let's get to the beer that we meant to be tasting that I started with the wrong person, clearly. Shay.
I'm going to say it's Gangster. It's good. It's definitely bold and juicy. Like when you drink it, I feel like it's very much like a.
Whenever anybody
Like
says
it's
it's
liquidy.
good, it's not good.
No.
Whenever they say it's good and then pause, not good.
Not good.
It's
Never
good.
good.
Like
No.
I'll drink it. I won't ask for it again.
Yeah. Fair enough, Shay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Like it's good, but everybody knows my palate by now. So
Yeah. I'm trying to get you
Doesn't
into new
like
things. I didn't
anything unless
like
it's
any of the
Fireball.
Aurochs,
Exactly.
honestly, before.
he said I don't like anything except for Fireball.
Yeah, that's true. You like the water chaser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called a waterback.
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 I'm sorry, I'm so fucking dumb. Anyway. Dustin, what are we going with?
What is up? Did I have this last time? Is it
You had the
possible?
Aurochs Blonde Ale.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
Okay,
I'm
so
going-
wait, you came on 3 times. So I think
Yes.
the one time you had the Aurochs Blonde Ale, the one time was not gluten free, and we were just rolling the dice with your life.
Yeah, we were.
Right, right.
Which was your call to roll the
That's
dice,
fine, yeah,
and we were
you
all
know.
cool with it, obviously. But like, it was,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Exactly.
100%,
That's
yes,
totally
right,
fine.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, I'm going Flavor Town with this.
Oh
one.
shit!
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot happening. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't drink a lot of beer, and it's not killing me. That's always like a
That's a
bonus.
bonus.
I
It's
the
don't
millet.
have that scratchy
Yeah.
feeling. Yeast, at least not yet.
Yeah.
Get it? At yeast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh man, you guys, you gotta
God.
have me on again,
Yeah,
right?
man.
Yeah.
you're
But I'm
signing your
I'm
name to
loving
the fourth
taste.
show right now.
Yeah, right. It
Flavor Town, ladies and gentlemen.
has lots of flavor.
Yeah.
I'm into tan.
There you go. Perfect. Danny.
This is tough.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be a dramatic turn
Oh,
for the worst.
So we have Gangster and we have Flavor Town. So we have some pretty.
Highs
we have a
and
big
lows,
chasm,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Cheech's
go,
Pepsi shut the front door. So
and I don't have a Pepsi. So I'm going to say Gangster. That is Gangster. I don't think it has a lot of flavor, but I'm used to drinking normal hazy IPAs, and I think that that's why. I think I'm comparing the two too much.
Yeah.
I think that it's maybe a mental thing. I was really intrigued that it had quinoa in it because I love quinoa.
Oh yeah, I love quinoa. Yes.
But I wouldn't have another one. Like, it's
Yeah.
good, but I wouldn't have another one.
It's comparable
I have
to
to
like
add
how I
quinoa
thought
to
about
my
last
list of
week.
things
Yeah,
where
like,
it's
it's
like
just-
it's very beery.
Yeah, I don't.
When you say berry, you mean like beer.
Like beer.
Yeah, okay, that's what
Yeah.
I thought.
But not like, I don't know, not like hazy IPA.
No.
yeah, it's not
No, I
like fruity
agree.
or anything like that that you
No.
would see in a lot of the other ones. Honestly, for this one, for some of the gluten free ones, they're trash. This one is not bad. I'm gonna go shut the front door. It's definitely not on the same
I support
level
your
as
decision.
like a normal beer for me for the flavors, especially for the hazy IPA, like Danny was saying.
Yeah.
This one, it's not bad because the other ones I just don't think are very good. This one's above average, so that's why I'm gonna go shut the front door on this bad boy. But like I said, it's right down the street, so definitely stop by. I think you can stop by. Anybody listening in Bellevue, which is where we record this, stop down. I think they're open on the weekend. They have like a tasting room and everything. So
Oh, fancy.
absolutely, stop down there. Absolutely. Let's shift this to Dustin, and before we take a break and come back with Kate, we have Talking Tech with Dustin Dowling. We got to come up with a song for that.
I
We'll
was
work
waiting
on that.
for my music.
What
Where's
what
it
kind
at?
of genre do we want?
What was
Do
that?
we want like 80s music, or what kind of genre
Oh,
do
it's
you
got
want?
to be, well, I guess 80s, but it's got to be that synthesizer like Tron.
Yeah,
You know,
okay,
I
yeah.
can't make the sounds right now unless I hear it.
I got
but
that.
you know
That's
what I'm
not where.
thinking
Yeah,
about.
we're thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all thinking the same thing. So you guys want to talk tech, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's all
Do
the
we?
news. We all are hearing about artificial intelligence, right? And now it's going to be in everything. So has anyone even played with it? Any of you guys? Chris,
I used the picture thing.
just for fun, I guess.
Yeah, when that was
Right.
big for that day.
Right.
Yeah.
That one day that everyone's posting.
I mean, everyone here, I'm not shouldn't say everyone here, but Danny, I know you guys post a lot. Like, do you get bored of or like annoyed of having to come up with titles and descriptions and keywords and constantly have to add all that? Don't you have to do all that stuff?
For my personal, yes. For my podcast, no. So I guess for like my personal, it is kind of annoying because I'm like, what do I even like write?
Yeah.
You know? So I guess, like, I don't know. I don't put as much thought into it as I probably should, to be honest.
Same.
I think it's one of those things where no one knows what it is, and no one's using it yet because of that. Because it's like, oh, it's just something that can talk back to me. There's just like no sense of how to use it. But here is an example of what happened this week. Some company They connected the artificial intelligence, which is called ChatGPT, and I think they're on version like 4, which just means bigger data. But they hooked it to some APIs, and they give it like a task to try to make money and to try to do a couple different things.
Okay.
It came to a point where it couldn't get past a CAPTCHA. Okay, so it used TaskRabbit. It sent an email to find a real person to get through the CAPTCHA. And the real person actually was like, what are you, a robot or something like that? And the AI goes, actually, I just am vision impaired and I need this fix. And the guy did it. And so it's already,
So they have AI liars.
It's already
So
telling
it like,
humans.
Terrifying.
holy
wow.
shit.
Okay.
Can't spell liar without an A and an I, man.
God.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
That was nice. That was great.
Nice.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
That was cool.
But that's fucked.
It's crazy.
fucked, man.
It's really crazy. So I mean, it's just a personal assistant that can kind of do anything. So the first thing I always think of it's going to take everyone's jobs away.
Yeah.
Is what everybody else like also thinks of too. But it's really a lot about changing jobs. Helping jobs. Like obvious, I think all like low skilled working is going to go away. I'm afraid. I
For
think they're gonna
robots,
have,
is that
what's
what you mean? For like robots?
For like I mean, if you go to McDonald's or something, like, what's the point of really having people there? Say there was no one cared about having jobs. Say we actually had universal income and it was really high. Why would we have people working at McDonald's? What's the point, right? Sorry, I'm asking you guys. Y'all looking at me. Like,
No, I understand
about it,
having
like,
like
can
the
someone
robot
disagree
over the
with
source of time, but I don't know. I feel like there's no way, at least in the movies I've seen, which are all very true.
Yeah.
There's no way AI ever, is good in the long run. They always take over and enslave the human race, and I feel like there's a way that it's going to happen regardless, because I just don't trust a lot of the shit with it. I feel like, and I feel like that with maybe just government in general or any kind of thing like that. Like I just feel like I don't trust them.
Yeah.
But I feel like with this, I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
I think it's one of those things
We
that
could go down a slippery slope.
Yeah,
where it's
like,
like,
you know
okay,
it's a
yeah, this
thing.
might be good, but I feel like at the end of the day, it's going to make the rich richer and the poor poorer, and then we're going to have the Hunger Games, and then just poor people will be murdered
100%
in the streets.
agree that
like
that's gonna
genuinely what I think.
Yeah, I totally think that's going to happen. We're going to have a bunch of AIs, though. Like, I think Google's name, they're calling it Barb, which I think is a weird
That's
name
good,
for
yeah.
an AI.
It was the only
no,
person
that's
named
sick.
Barb in the last
I love
35
that.
years.
Why are
Yeah.
they Barb for?
I think it's hilarious because it's an old-fashioned name with a new-fashioned technology.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
true.
ironic. It's cute.
Well, there's not going to be one AI because
Barb.
there's going to be Barb and Siri and whatever ChatGPT ends up calling itself. It's going to be just one. Someone's going to have the power of a godlike AI, and everyone can't have that. So government's going to be in charge of that, and maybe they'll have all the power because they said they're going to put it into Gmail, into Docs, and before we had the Microsoft had the paperclip.
yeah.
Are you writing a letter? Let me help you.
What do we think like the end game is, though? That we're just going to solve all the problems and then everything's going to be good?
It's not that everything's
I
gonna
feel like
be
it's just going to
good.
take some things away from people, and then it's just...
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Because human
you
beings,
gonna get away
regardless
from
of whatever it is, if everything was perfect, they'd find a reason to have a problem. I
that's
think
true,
forever.
too.
I think if you give somebody everything they need, they have food, they have everything they need. Everybody has a fucking 55-inch TV in their house now. Like that wasn't
Everybody has
used to be
an
the case,
Xbox.
but now we have something else that we're upset about. And like it's not like the world's like getting better necessarily, but there are things that like we would think like when we were younger. Oh, if I had a TV, I mean, you just find something else. There's always going to be something else. There's always going to be.
Well, I was thinking that when I was a kid, when I came home from school, if I wasn't outside, I was probably watching television. And I distinctly remember my dad, if I was watching TV for too long, he would yell at me and tell me to go outside.
Yeah.
And now, my kid and other kids, they're just on their phones the whole time. And I want to yell at her, but I'm like, well, I was probably just watching Rugrats. Like, it's probably maybe, is it better or worse?
Yeah.
And maybe she might be learning something. But then, it's this weird
Yeah,
thing.
no, I got that because it was like my kid wanted to have dessert, and I was like, "Well, you better eat all your pizza." And I was like, "Do I really just shove pizza on you so you have that?" Like, I don't want you to waste your dinner, but it's not like it's cauliflower. Like you're eating shit, so you better eat all your shit so you can eat some more shit. And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." It was more of the spirit of the
I think it's
argument.
for kids. I feel like they're not going to notice because, like I'm saying, it's going to be incorporated in everything so quickly. I talk about having a smart house. That's the podcast.
Yeah.
A smart house. And when I wake up in the morning, I just say good morning or hey Google, good morning, and everything turns on. So I'm already kind of talking to my house. I'm already asking it questions about what the news, quick math. I just yell it out. And then I hear the answer. So I'm already kind of doing, even though, Google Home is what I have and Alexa, or they don't actually have AI in it. But we're months away from that being incorporated into it. And you're not going to notice right away. It's just you're going to ask it more questions. It's going to be better at answering questions. And that's just going to be in everything. In everything you use, you're going to type something. Even now when you're using autofill. Which is sometimes kind of annoying. You start typing, it tries to finish out your sentences.
Yeah.
That's going to get more advanced and more advanced. And then I'm already doing emails. I'm like one sentence emails, and I'm like, he got it. Let the AI do it.
I understand like everything behind it and the money behind it, but like with every step of that, and I'm not saying this to like people. Oh, we're not going to do the business that makes money anymore. Like obviously they're going to do that. But it's like with every step, with everything that we create something that can do the task for us, we lose the ability to do that task. And then in years from now, we're not going to know how to tie our shoes. We're not going to know how to cook. We won't have a job because we don't work at McDonald's or wherever.
Yeah.
We don't have any ability. We're going to be in our house, so we can't communicate with each other. And then what? What if they cut the power one day? Then what? I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but like, you become too dependent on so many other things that you don't know how to be alive.
Yeah, you can't take care of yourself, right?
Yeah.
And the sun does have those big magnetic burps, is what I like to call it. So,
Yeah.
And it can just knock out everything. Man,
There we go.
a little bit there.
You the sun over there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Was that an example of the big man?
Why do you hunt? I'm like, well, could you imagine if no one hunted?
Yeah.
And then that happened, and we all forget how to feed ourselves. I also think that maybe they should have like plumbing and carpentry in high school, even though I don't think I've done very, very little plumbing in my entire life. Same with carpentry.
I'm a beast at plunging a toilet.
Yeah, but those
Right,
are like
that.
skills.
It's
that
not
you
about the
might
pushing
need.
down; it's about the pulling out, man.
So I think that comes with we're gonna have these tools and these things, but we're gonna have to supply them with the correct education in our schools, and then like possibly universal income, because we're not gonna cook anymore. If you live in a smart city, why should you own pots and pans if everything's delivered to you? You're gonna order pots and pans. You're gonna rent it for a day just to cook pasta because you saw it on a TikTok. You're like, oh, today we're ordering pots and pans.
I think people are going to have that, and then they're going to have, okay, now I don't have this. Now what are you filling that time with? You're just going to watch TikTok for 18 hours a day now?
I could.
I don't know. I think that's happening anyways.
I could.
It's less and less from reality, though.
But the biggest problem is fraud. So when I was younger, what was the big scheme that was like a joke? Was the prince in South Africa calling someone? And I thought that was such a big joke. Like, what person is going to fall for that? But it was obviously a joke because tons or thousands, I'm assuming, of old people were falling for it. So now with the combination of artificial intelligence, deep machine learning, deep fakes, anyone can just get a few sentences from someone's grandson and then have a full-blown conversation and call them up and say, I just needed you to transfer $2,000 to my PayPal.
Yeah. So you're saying the future looks shady, man.
Sorry, I guess I showed up with no good news.
I know. Biff got the almanac and we're all fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Lousy.
Thank you.
The future looks. But Dustin, one last thing I want to ask you before we take a break. I saw you've been filming a bunch of stuff recently. Can you tell us about anything? Were you filming?
Yeah, I have been trying to get the Pits Company really up and going. I've been working on some sketches with some friends of mine. I'm trying to bring Yeah You Like This back as a show that we do on the Pits with my German friend named Jägermeister Tempelhof.
Yeah, I think you told us.
We started doing that. Man, it's been almost 10 years since we started doing that show. And we've been on and off, but we just shot some of that again last week. And then there's also some sketch comedy from, I call it Exit 12, which is an art sketch comedy show where every scene, if you look in the background, there's art by the talent that's also in this scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. So, Dustin, where can everybody find you if anybody's interested in
If
finding
you would just go to www.thepits.company, that is the full website. You can find art, merch, latest videos. If you want to check me out, my ID or my tag name is The Beardy Boy. I think I need to change that because I'm getting a little older, but I'm pretty beardy right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you can check that out, thepits.company and The Beardy Boy.
Absolutely, Dustin. Thank you so much for checking in and talking tech with us. As always, we're going to take a quick break and then